Hi everyone! Today we're going to be learning Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, an easy song to get started playing the keyboard with. It's simple, it's recognizable, and you can even play it as a lullaby or something. Let's get right into the structure of this song. So it's an easy structure to get started with. It has the same thing at the beginning, then we have some part in the middle, and what we started with at the end. So it's an A, B, A structure. So this bit, that's the A part, which is the first bit, which we play again. Then we have the middle section, which is this part, like a diamond in the sky. And then we go back to the starting part, right? Back to Twinkle Twinkle, right? So you only have to learn two parts, and then you put the first part in at the end as well. So it becomes three parts. So let's get started with that first part on our right hand with our thumb on this C. This is middle C for your reference. We're going one octave higher than that to this C with our thumb. So here we've got to stretch a bit. So our pinky finger reaches G, which is our little finger. So two C's, two G's, twinkle, twinkle. And then we stretch this. So we just move our hand to play the pinky on A. And then we move back to use our pinky on G again. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 on A, and then 1 on G. And we follow that same sort of pattern of 2, 1, 2 on F, 2 on E, 2 on D, and 1 on C. And that finishes the line. So let's do that one more time through. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, finish. Right? Let's see what our left hand does for this first part. Now you can add chords, you can add counter melodies, or harder things if you want to. But we're going to start with a simple sort of accompaniment to help you playing that right hand. So it'll sound nice, plus it won't be that hard to play. These are one note accompaniments. So you start C, this middle C with your left hand. So with the two C's of your right hand, you play this C. And then with the G, you play an E here. So that's going to sound like 1, 2, 1, 2. And then when you stretch your right hand, you stretch your left hand as well. So you play F with the A. And then when you come back, you play the E again. So that's going to sound like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? You continue from there with the F on your right hand. So 1, 2. You're playing a D with your left hand there. Now with the E, you're playing a C with your left hand. With this D, you're stretching down to a G here. And then you play C's together. So let's do that second part once again. So you're starting on F here and D over here. Then C with the E, then G with the D, and C and C together. So putting it all together. And that's the first bit. So make sure you practice, practice, practice until you can play it confidently without having to think about what note is coming next. It should be smooth. You shouldn't have any hesitations when you're playing it. So this is the first part and the third part. To play that second part, the middle part, we'll start with our pinky on this G. So we started on this C with our right hand for the first bit. This is middle C for your reference. So we're here on this G. Right? So we start here, up above the world so high. Right? So again, it's that 2, 2, 2, 1 sort of feeling. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? So G twice, F twice, E twice, D once. And we just repeat that, and that's the whole part. Again, E twice, D. And then we go back to the starting part. Twinkle, twinkle, and we finish it off, right? So let's see what our left hand can do for that part. Right? So we're going to start with E here, with the G here. And we have D with the F, C with the E, and then G with the D. Right? And once again, you'll have this G with this E, and then the D with the F, and the C with the E, and then G with the D. Right? And then when you go back to the starting, the same thing again. So C with that C. C with the C, and then G with the E, and F, and then E, and then D, C, G, C, right? So that left hand part is actually not that hard. It's a simple, repetitive sort of melody, but you just got to time it with the right hand to play it at the time when the right hand is playing each change, right? So at the beginning of every set of 2 is when your left hand kicks in. So let's see how the whole thing sounds now from start to finish, right? I'll play it really slowly, and you can use this as reference to check if you're playing it correctly or not. So don't play something and assume that you're right. Double check and see if you're playing the right things. Because if you're playing it wrong and you learn it wrong, it's very hard to unlearn that later. So here's how it sounds from start to finish. Now if you want to make this piece more challenging for yourself, you can try adding in some variations as well. So this piece doesn't have to be this simple. Okay? So you can start again with your right hand, and you can add more stuff with your left hand, something like this. So there's a lot more notes. Right? A little bit of embellishment, that sort of stuff, right? So no piece has to be limited to what I teach you. You can go out and look for ways to make that piece better, or to improve it, or to give yourself a challenge as well if you want. If this video helped you, don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to catch our latest content early. Thank you, and I'll see you at the next one at SIFF Young Artiste, where we nurture the artist in you.